Good morning. Happy Labor Day. Um, I have tried everything with the lighting, and I cannot. There's this ray of light that I don't know if it's showing up in video, but okay, that's new. I can't get rid of it. I've tried a few different things, and it's just there. So, anyways, I guess whatever. This is not about travel. So, yeah, exit out if you're here for that. I wanted to wrap up my experience with tarot. I have had videos before about this, and I had to remove them because although at the time it was very therapeutic for me to say the things I said, it was not helpful to my cause. I'll just say that. So, and I could not sleep last night. So there's something I need to get out. Yeah, and this might fringe on the weird, so if it's not your vibe, you know, maybe just don't watch this. But to give just a little backstory into how tarot helped me heal, it goes like this. I'm going to say it in the softest way I can say it. I was in partnership with someone. We had that narcissistic empath dynamic. And I just want to say, first of all, as the empath in that dynamic, I was just as toxic as he was. So I want to take responsibility for that. And I think it's something that empaths need to recognize that, yeah, you're just as toxic as the narcissist when you're in those dynamics. And I know that's hard to hear, but it took me a long time to realize that I was not a victim, except in some circumstances, because I do have to say some people did too much. But, you know, it's the truth. So nearing the end of this cycle with someone who I felt bound to. When we first met, it was a magnetic attraction that we could not deny. And we were went through a lot of heavy experiences together. And I'm very thankful for those experiences today. Wasn't at the time. And I feel like, in my case anyway, I had had a lot of those dynamics in my life. But I wasn't getting the lesson. So I got something harsher. And that's why I'm grateful for it, because I am completely out of that cycle. Although at the time I didn't understand that. And I do think I have helpful information for anyone in that situation, but we'll address that after. So it was really during the last year of this cycle that, first of all, I quit taking, I was on a lot of mind medication for all kinds of mental conditions that I acquired during this experience. And one of them was lithium. Okay. So the person I was with was insistent that I stay on lithium. But what happened is I I quit taking it for about a year and didn't tell him. Because what was happening is every time I would call something to light that I knew was going on, I would get gaslit about it. And it was my mental condition. It was always coming back to that, which I haven't been on my meds for years, so it's not that. But it was really important for me to be medicated for a lot of reasons. And but when I quit taking the medication, I started seeing things more clearly. And I started having a bunch of spiritual experiences, which, okay, I'm probably going to lose subscribers here, but I just got to say it. I mean, I had within like that period of time, a lot of things that did not even make sense. Because I was an atheist at that point. I had grown up in church, heavy church, experiences before he and I got together, the Catholic Church with my my stepdad, and also Southern Baptist, which is my mom's side. So at some point it turned me off, and the whole control thing. And the person I was with was an atheist. So you know how when you're with somebody, you kind of like can become the other person if you're not in a healthy, if you don't know who you are. And I would say that was true in my case. Anyway, so I was an atheist, pretty much had come to that conclusion, right? But I'm seeing all these things that just don't make sense. I mean, oh God, I have to say it. One is I had a gypsy insert a crystal ball into my third eye during this time. And a whole bunch of other stuff. But basically what was happening is I wasn't on the lithium. The nonsense was still going on. He and I were psychically connected, which I know sounds even more strange. But we knew each other very well, and I knew what he was doing, but he would gaslight me and try and blame it on certain things. Are you taking your medication? Blah, 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 right? Okay. And I just want to say, like, if you are watching and you are the person I was with, I'm not going to disclose your secrets, okay? Even though you have absolutely turned me out to everybody, because we're not the same. I will never be you. So you don't have to worry about that. But I do feel like I have the right to talk about my experiences because they were profound and meaningful to me, and I survived it. So yeah, we'll just leave it there with that. But what happened is I knew all these things were going on. I was being told it's my mental condition or whatever, which I don't have, causing those thoughts. And then I started getting all these out of nowhere, because I never was into tarot, ever. These tarot readings that came up that were so specific, I couldn't deny that they were confirmations. And then on top of all that, it's really weird because this is kind of the last thing that happened before I left. I got this reading. It was like 3 a.m. I was going through like one of the worst parts of this, seeing all this the stuff going on. I like, you know, it's weird. It's like I was getting all these, like, I don't want to say visions, but downloads about what was going to come if I did not leave. And then all of a sudden, this video came in from a reader that completely shifted me out into it just shifted me out of that whole mindset, experience, whatever you want to call it. And at that time, this person was off on a week-long journey somewhere else. And it's funny because as soon as I saw the video, my phone broke. Like it went face down on the tile and broke. And I, for the life of me, could not get it fixed for the rest of the week that this person was gone. And it's interesting because this person would call me every hour to 2 hours just to check in. He was not able to contact me. So I had like a little bit of time to really integrate what was going on spiritually with me. And by the time he came back, like, I just said, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. And I left. I left actually, I mean, on the surface, it looked like we had it all. I had a 5-bedroom house, 3-bathroom dream house. A lot of stability otherwise, besides the stuff we were going through. And I literally just walked away from all of it to start over with myself. And there's a lot to that I'm not going to get into, but I'm sure that was the most shocking day of his life because I was not even the same person a week before that. I mean, I wasn't. So with the tarot readings that were coming up really helped me gain confidence in with what I knew was going on, but doubted because of other people. I'm not sure how that works, but it's like a really cool part of my story. And I have like, I don't know, I probably have at this point 70 decks. I'm just really drawn to it. And I don't know. It's funny because I saved that video from the reader that sent that video or whatever. And I've looked at it again, and there's really nothing in it that is profound. But I don't know. I think I put too much importance on that particular video. I think it was more like a series of events that happened during that time. That's, now that I've really thought about it, that's probably what that was. But because of that, this person kind of became my hero. And I think there was like I'm still very grateful, don't get me wrong, but there was some misplaced adoration with that because of that. And I'm no longer a part of that community. But I do believe that for some people, tarot can be very healing. And I still use it today. Like I said, for the longest time I thought, oh, this must be my calling, right? Because I'm so drawn to it. I'm not sure that's the case. If I ever had an epiphany that told me I was, of course I would do that. I have not had that happen because I've always said, if I cannot like knock someone's socks off with my readings, then I don't have a desire to do that, because I feel like I've been read by some of the best, right? So, and that's, I don't know. It's like, for me, it opens up my mind. And I just love it when I get like a confirmation reading. And I don't know, it's just a cool thing. So that is my experience with tarot. And I've come across some really really talented readers, thank God. But time is it? The pool opens soon, so it's a beautiful day out. I'm gonna try and get out there when it first opens, so that I can get back here before the crowds start. But I don't know. I just really felt like I needed to just say that. And yeah, I'll talk to you later.